So, also remember that you can rewrite the nth root of a as 1, a to the 1 over n. The nth root of a to the m will be the as a fraction, it's a to the m over n. A to the m over n you can also write as a to the 1 over n times m. Okay, you can also write it as you can just flip them around and get a to the m times 1 over n, because multiplication doesn't matter. Remember, either way you're still going to get the same answer. You can also,
just thought you'd like to see what a skater's body really looks like.
let's take another look here. With this, because they're both square roots, you can combine everything underneath one giant square root if you wanted to. Or, as we're doing here, you can just put everything, just space everything out with roots. So it's the square root of 3, the square root of a squared, the square root of b cubed, the square root of 6, the square root of a to the 5th, the square root of b. And now, rewrite everything as fractions. Well, this is a square root, so if it's a square root, we're going to rewrite them as 1/2 powers. So this is 3 to the 1/2. This is a to the 2/2. Remember, this is your numerator. Whatever the root is your denominator. So it's a square root. So it's a 2 over 2. B to the 3 over 2. That's why we have that down there. This is 6 to the 1 over 2. This is a to the 5 over 2. This is b to the 1 over 2. Okay, now I need to simplify anything that I can. This b right here, let's regroup it again. Remember, we want to group things, and since in the last problem the grouping was 3 because the denominator was 3, so I tried to group everything in groups of 3. Now that the denominator is 2, let's group everything in groups of 2. So this 3 over 2 I can rewrite as b the 2 over 2, and I still have 1 left over, so it's b to the 1 over 2. Okay, and I did this because this is improper. Are there any other improper fractions? You betcha, this a. So let's group a here. That's a to the 2 over 2. I can group it again to get another a to the 2 over 2, and I still have 1 left over. Why? Because 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5, so that's 5 over 2. So now that I have no more improper fractions, we'll simplify everything we can. This is 2 over 2, which is just a. That is 2 over 2, which is just a. That is 2 over 2, which is just a. That is 2 over 2, which is just b. Everything else is halves. So I'm going to put everything together. I have an a, an a, and an a. A times a times a is a cubed. So I have, let's move that up here. I have an a cubed, I have a b, and then all the fractions left over. Here's 3 to the 1/2, there's a 6 to the 1/2. Okay, I still have this left over as b to the 1/2. I still have this left over as a to the 1/2, and I still have this b to the 1/2 left over. So combine any like terms. Well, I notice right here I have 2 b's. What is b to the 1/2 and b to the 1/2? Right? Add them together. Add them together. Write those exponents. 1/2 plus 1/2 is a whole. So that gives you 1 whole b, which means that also goes out in front. So b times b is b squared. So now that's all I have left. So I'm going to rewrite all those halves as roots. So that's a root, so it's square root of 3. That's a root, so it's the square root of 6. That's a root, so that's the square root of a. And I put them all under the square root, so I just multiply them together. 3 times 6 is 18a, and there is your final answer. But we realize that we can also keep simplifying this square root of 18. You can simplify that into the square root of 9, the square root of 2, and the square root of 9 is 3. So I actually can put that 3 on the outside, which is what I have up here, and I still have that 2 on the inside. So you got to keep in mind, which I just forgot, if you have a number underneath it you can keep simplifying, you need to keep simplifying it. In the square root of 18, we can separate into the square root of 9 and the square root of 2. So this is actually your final answer up top. Alright, so when we come back here, we will try to finish up on our prerequisite section 4.